Hey guys, happy Mother's Day. Welcome back. I went to bed last night thinking about that atrocious cake, and I think I've come up with a way to make it presentable for us. So we're gonna do that before we get started on anything else. It is just a little afternoon today. We are going to make a chicken lasagna with a white sauce and tons of veggies, and I need to get cracking on those deviled eggs. I'm gonna do the cake first. I'll show you guys. I think this is gonna be a simple fix. It's just a way to make this not look quite so awful. So anyway, let's get started. We got a lot to do, and I only have about 3 hours to get through everything. I think I can make it work. But yeah, let's get started. I did want to show you, this was our breakfast casserole, and they put a hurt on it this morning. I ate a small piece of it, and Mom said she's been in it a couple of times. It's Mother's Day. That's what she is supposed to do. So, yeah, that was a hit. Smart. Make that ahead. That's a great, it doesn't have to be a holiday or a special occasion. Make that ahead one Saturday night. Sunday morning, pop in the oven, and you're good to go for breakfast. Okay, so y'all know I was upset over this cake last night, and since then it has fully split in half. Hang on one sec. I just wanted to cover up that the breakfast casserole. This actually, now that I'm looking at it, has split here, here, and here. But that's okay. We are going to make this work, and it's going to be usable. I have this long skinny pan that's like a bread pan, bread bowl kind of a thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in here. I got a bread knife that's sharp, and I'm going to just cut slices. I wouldn't normally slice this whole thing because I do think it has a tendency to dry out a little faster when you do that, but I don't really have a lot of options at this point. I'm going to get this sliced up and put in this bowl. I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then we're going to take it a step further because I'm not going to leave just a plain, boring cake in this bowl and be like, oh, look, it's pretty now. That's not what's going to happen here. Hang with me, guys. I've tried to kind of prop this up at an angle so you can see what we did. First of all, I will 100% make this cake again, but I think I might make it in either a traditional bundt pan, or I might make it in just a loaf pan, because I do think that this would make an outstanding like lemon bread, and that's one of my favorite things. I might try to make it just a bit more lemony. So what I'm going to do here is hope that I don't make this worse, and I'm going to get some powdered sugar in here, and we're just going to dust this with powdered sugar. And then before I serve it, I'm going to take some of those strawberries that I capped last night. I'm going to take those and just kind of dot those in here. Let me show you how the strawberry compote for these turned out. This is that strawberry compote. And it's not thick like a jam or a jelly. You couldn't see that at all. Let me bring that down a little bit more. Hold, please. Okay. We'll get that out of the way. And you can see the consistency of this. Smells like a dream. It's going to go great together. But yeah, I'll put those strawberries on here. I'll put the strawberries in with the cake, and then we'll have this compote to go with it. And I was so sad last night, but honestly, after I kind of thought about it and I was trying to think of ways that we could make it salvageable, but not just salvageable, still keep it pretty. I still wanted it to be something nice. I mean, it's Mother's Day. I wanted it to look good. So I'm pleased with what we've done here to make it a little bit better than the way it looked last night. I wrapped that other part of it up in foil. I may divvy that up again and take a piece of it over to the friend of mine, the lady that I housed it for, that you guys saw her home in a lot of my other videos. I think I might take her a little bit of it. But yeah, I'm super pleased with that. Nothing wrong with what we've done so far. Let's get making some lasagna, guys. Right now, I'm going to get started on this. It's a white chicken and vegetable lasagna. I have 2 pounds of ground chicken, some baby spinach, a bag of mixed vegetables. This is also that canned squash that I canned at home. And I'm not going to mix that in and cook it with this other stuff, but I also have an onion in the pan. I'm going to go ahead and get this all together and start getting it browned up and cooked together. I'll also add some garlic because I'm not a heathen, and some salt and pepper. So in my pan, I've got the onion, garlic, and chicken. I'm going to add this bag of frozen mixed vegetables. If I can cut it open, I will. Get those, and I need salt and pepper in here. I put the garlic in. I need the salt and pepper. And I'm not going to go too crazy with any other spices on this right now because I'm going to make the white sauce at some point. I'll wait until this is closer to being done to add the spinach, or should I add the spinach to the white sauce? Maybe I should check the recipe. That'd be a novel idea. My little salt crock here was empty. I washed it and it's good to go. I buy my pink Himalayan salt. You can't even see that, sorry. I buy this at Dollar Tree because it's $1.25 there. It's like $5 at Walmart or anywhere else. So I always try to pick up a bag, like every so often I'll just pick up a new bag. This didn't quite fill it up. So I'm not going to stress over that right now. But I like having this because, let's move you guys back around here. It's got this little spoon in it, and I don't know what the measurement is. This is technically a condiment jar. It's by Le Creuset, and I got it on their farm to table sale one year. I think it was during the pandemic. They had a bunch of stuff online for sale for a really good price, and so I picked that up, and I've really enjoyed having a salt crock. But because we have 87 dogs in this house, I need to make sure that I have one with a lid that covers it. So that one works really good for me. Alright, we're gonna just cook some chicken. I'll be back. I double checked the recipe that I found for this white chicken lasagna, and I'm just kind of using it loosely as my guide for this, but it does say to add the spinach to the cream sauce, so I'll hold off on the spinach. I'm gonna get another pot out here and start on that sauce while this cooks away. Welcome back, everybody. We are getting going on this cream sauce. This chicken is cooking up fine. I did add some Italian seasonings because I couldn't help myself. Before I call this done, I'm going to, it does have a little bit of liquid. We're going to let some more of that cook out. And I'm also going to taste it for salt and pepper, see if it needs any more of that before I am all the way done with that. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get started on the cream sauce. Let me reach over here, and I'm doubling the recipe. The recipe that I found was for an 8x8 baking dish, and that's fine. If it were just a normal day, that would work. But I'm going to try to make extra to either have leftovers for this week or to have leftovers to freeze. And that butter, I couldn't pick it up. I just wanted to be able to have some extra while I'm making it. I might as well make it just once and make plenty. So we've got 6 tablespoons of butter, and it says to have your pot on a medium heat. I've got mine a little bit on the low side because this is cast iron. I tend to cook a little bit lower on that one. We are going to add 4 teaspoons of minced garlic and 6 tablespoons of flour. Whisk that all together, and then we'll start stirring in some milk. So we'll come back once this butter has melted. So our butter is pretty well melted. There's one little last holdout there that's about broken up. And we need to add our add butter when it's melted, no longer foaming. Stir in the garlic and flour and cook 30 seconds. So mine's not foamy. So here's my garlic. It's called for minced garlic. At first I had measured out granulated garlic, and then I decided to go back and use the correct thing. I just wasn't paying attention. So I'm going to turn this heat up just a little bit more. And I've got in my 6 tablespoons of flour. And we are going to whisk this for 30 seconds. And I'm going to actually set a timer for that because I'm horrible at figuring that out in my head. So once we're done with 30 seconds, we'll be back. So we've been whisking this for 30 seconds. It doesn't smell like raw flour anymore, and it actually smells like butter and garlic, which is fantastic. The recipe called for 2.5 cups of milk, so we're going to do 5 cups of milk. Gradually whisk in the milk to the pan. As per usual, I am spread out over here. So we'll go slowly. And again, I'm not going to make you guys watch me slowly whisk in 5 whole cups of milk. So I will bring you back when we're ready for the next step. Okay. So that front burner that I had that pot on was one of the real small burners, and I think that pot was too big for it. So it's just taking it a minute to come up to a simmer. So I have one hand stirring that while I am going to get this ricotta mixture going for the lasagna. So we are going to use 2 eggs. And 1.5 cups of ricotta. In this, I bought the whole milk ricotta. I think you could probably use the reduced fat if you wanted to. I mean, I think you guys are pretty well aware I'm not about that lifestyle, but some people are, and it's all great, whatever you decide. So that was 1 cup. You can use cottage cheese too if you can't find ricotta or if it's a little too costly. Use cottage cheese. That's totally fine. So we're going to just get this stirred together. Give a whisk to this. I made, one summer, I made like 5 lasagnas in one night or one afternoon. I just kept making them, and I bought some, gracious, I bought aluminum foil pans to put them in, and we froze those, and it was to use up a lot of zucchini, and we loved the flavor of them, but they were so watery that by the time we actually cut it and were ready to eat it, it was almost like a lasagna soup, which is not bad. The flavor was delicious, but we tried to use those zucchini in place of the lasagna noodles, and that didn't work for us. We found that we like either slicing the zucchini and putting it in there, like we're going to do with this squash today, or I've really gotten big on dehydrating the zucchini and putting the shreds in things. Putting the shreds in like the red sauce or in the veggies that I added to the chicken. There's a lot of different ways you can use it. I just don't think using it as straight up noodle replacement was the best use of that zucchini. So anyway, this is ready to go. That's another step done. I'm going to flip the camera back around and we're going to watch a pot boil. I don't know if you can see it, but back here is my cream cheese. I forgot to soften it. So I've got it just sitting. I have the oven preheating and I have this burner on, of course. So I have the cream cheese sitting here in an attempt to give it a rush softening. I just splashed milk everywhere. Oh, that's gonna smell fantastical. Gross. Okay, so this is still coming up to a simmer. There is a little activity. It is starting to bubble a little bit. You guys just can't see it, I don't think. But I can hear it, and I can feel that I'm getting a little bit more resistance in this sauce as we go. So we're just going to let this keep going. I will show you what it looks like once we're on to the next step. One other thing that I need to do, I know this view is kind of terrible for you guys, but I need 2 cups of shredded mozzarella, and I thought, you know what, this is going to be the day that I don't buy packaged, like, shredded mozzarella. I'm going to buy mozzarella, and I'm going to shred it myself. But I don't want to get the food processor out here, and I can't find my shredding blade, like my hand grater. So I'm going to use this mandolin slicer, and I have it set on a julienne setting on the smallest, thinnest slice that we can do. And I've had this in the freezer for just a little bit. It's not going great, but I'm going to try to make it work. So that's going really fun. Alright, we're back to this bechamel sauce because this started thickening up on me while I was fighting with the cheese. Remind me that I'm not the kind of person to shred my own cheese. That was dumb. I mean, it's working fine with that mandolin, but it's real tough. It's gonna give me I'm gonna pull an arm muscle doing that. But this is starting to thicken. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna whisk this really good until it's the consistency that we want. Then we're gonna stir in, let's see, remove from heat, add the cream cheese and the Parmesan cheese. So I have both of those ready to go. Yeah, that cream cheese is softening up really nice. And I got a spoon here. Yeah, we got a ways to go to thicken that up. But I do need to, sorry, we have a ways to go to thicken this up, but I do need to keep stirring this pretty consistently right now. And because I am using my really good cast iron, I'm using a plastic whisk. I'm not going to put metal whisk in this pot. I try not to use any metal utensils in my enameled cast iron. While this is thickening, I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle in a little bit of black pepper here because I like it. And I do think it looks nice when you can kind of see that in the food. But it is thickening up. It's starting to get a nice consistency. When you dip the spoon in it and you run your finger through it, it doesn't run back together. That's a good sign. That's one of the things that you're looking for. Okay, we're back to this burner. And we are going to get our Parmesan cheese. This said it was for half a cup for this, and I packed that pretty heavy. I did take this pot off the heat also because it's cast iron. It's going to retain that heat really well. So it'll probably still continue to thicken while I'm adding this to it. I'm also going to get this cream cheese in here. This has really softened where I left it on the stove. So that's not going to cool the temperature of this sauce down too much. Oh, it's real soft. I'm making a big mess here. Let me get my hands cleaned up and we're going to get this whisked in here. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, and I was just on a rant, let me tell y'all what. But my point still stands. Unless you guys see me committing to breaking out this food processor here, don't let me buy non-shredded cheese again. I don't care if it's better for you. I just don't want to. I don't like it. I don't like using this thing because I'm terrified I'm gonna shred my own skin right off my fingers. I don't like that, but it's working. I'm gonna get through this block of cheese if I can keep my bowl from moving around. And yeah, I'm gonna get through this block of cheese one way or another. Don't let me do this again. Oh, the other thing I said before I didn't realize I wasn't recording is this isn't even good mozzarella. This isn't even like a ball of the good stuff. I don't know why I did this. This was a dumb idea. If I were buying good mozzarella and I was shredding it, sure, it'd be worth it then. But this is still just a Meijer brand, and it's not like this is nice, fresh, delicious mozzarella that you want to eat with a spoon. This is, it's going to be melted. That's the only thing that's going to make this really edible. So, anyway, I'm just going to complain and grate my cheese. We'll be back when this is done, because I think this is about the last step. And then we start assembling. So, yay, things are moving forward. It is 2 o'clock. I need to get this in the oven, and I need to get those eggs done. My brother's going to be here in an hour, so I got to kick it into gear. And I would like to also be dressed in something more presentable than what I'm wearing right now. But I might not. We'll see. Whew. I mean, I just worked up a sweat grating this stupid block of cheese. I hate that stuff. Anyway, this is my cool lasagna pan. It lets you make 3 individuals. I've done this before where I made a traditional, like red sauce Italian lasagna. I made the chicken, and then I made a Mexican lasagna, and it was really neat to be able to have all 3 different flavors. But I like this because if we don't eat all of one, or if there's one whole left over, I can just let that set up, take it out, wrap it up, freeze it, and it's good to go. So we're gonna start assembling. I bought oven ready noodles. I just got the Meijer ones. So I don't really have a great way to show you this, and plus I think it's going to be kind of boring. I will show you what order I'm going to do the layers in, but then I won't make you keep watching, okay guys? Let me tell y'all 2 things. First of all, I can't freaking read directions. I forgot I was doubling this recipe, and I need 4 cups of mozzarella. It's fine, I had a whole nother block, but I'm no dummy. I have this, and I have a whole unopened bag. I'm not shredding anymore that stupid mozzarella cheese. So, it's okay. I'm in good shape. But yeah, like, pay attention to your directions, okay? So, first things first, we're going to put just a little bit of this white sauce down in the bottom of each tray. I don't know, words are hard, man. I've been cooking straight for 2 days, and I am worn slap out, I tell you what. We're going to spread this around a little bit. That's going to work fine. I want a little bit more in this one. And then, we'll open up our lasagna. Because I bought the oven ready, I don't have to cook these. But, and these trays are just wide enough for one lasagna noodle. Let's see, next it says the ricotta and then the chicken. Now they've got exact measurements for what goes on next, but you know I'm not doing that. With this ricotta, I'm not going to have this super thick. It's going to be there, you're going to be able to see it and taste it, but it's not going to be like a ½ inch thick of ricotta and egg mixture. We'll get this in all 3, and then I'm going to rotate the dishes so that we can get the chicken mixture in here. This would be easier if there was a way where you could do just like all the meat at one time and then all the sauce at one time, but it wouldn't be as good. So you got to have a little bit of inconvenience here. So we're going to put the chicken and vegetables. Again, this was chicken, garlic, an onion, and then just a bag of frozen mixed vegetables. I added some salt, pepper, and some Italian seasoning. I also put a little extra garlic in there because that's who I am as a person. So we're going to get a nice layer of our meat mixture there. We're going to do this in all three as well. And I'll let you know when we're ready for the next layer. We did a layer of our mozzarella, and now we are going in with a real layer of our Alfredo or bechamel sauce, whatever you want to call it. I love this spinach being in here. It just makes it look so nice. I am doing a healthy coating of this. I don't know, maybe a 1/4 cup in each tray, maybe a little more. I mean, you just do whatever feels right. We made extra of this on purpose. So I'm going to finish getting this layer done, and then we're going to just repeat those layers again. We'll go lasagna noodle, ricotta. Oh, you know what? Let me move that. I almost forgot our squash. So I just washed these. I opened the jar that these were in. I took, gracious me. I opened the jar that these were in. I rinsed them off, patted them dry, and then I left them out in this colander so they could sit. And I wanted to put these in with the chicken layer, but it's okay. It's no big deal. So I'm going to finish getting this done. I'm going to add our lasagna, and then I'm just going to repeat this layer again. Repeat all those layers again. And I'll show you what it looks like once we're done. I'm also going to clean up this kind of stuff as I go along, where I drop this cheese. That's going to happen, but I'm going to get that cleaned off so it doesn't bake onto my pan. I never follow the same recipe when I make, there we go, when I make deviled eggs. I never do. And because I'm doing a small amount this time, I'm kind of nervous that I'm going to overdo it with the add-ins. So just, I say that to you as a way to remind me to just kind of use a delicate hand with what I'm going to put in here. First, I'm going to go ahead and get these yolks broken up, just so when it comes time to put the ingredients in, I'm not having to mash the yolks at the same time. If I were doing this to put through a piping bag, I would use a hand mixer as well, just to get this extra smooth, but I'm not going to be doing that today. We're running out of time. So first thing I'm going to put is some of this stone ground mustard. I'm going light on all of this. This is a surprise contender. I wasn't thinking about using this, but I don't have any relish. And so we're going to put some of the dill pickle ranch in, just a little bit. I need to grab a spoon for the mayonnaise. The timer just went off for the lasagna, so I peeked at that. It looks good. I turned it off, but I left it in the oven. I added just a little bit of mayonnaise and some salt. I'm going to get this mixed up and see if it looks like I need to add more to the filling. I'll also taste it. You guys know the rule. Great balls of fire. You have to taste it. You got to make sure that it's good. I may not need vinegar because we used this stone ground mustard. I probably am not going to have to put vinegar in there, but we'll taste it and see for sure. Honestly, there's really nothing wrong with that. I'm good with that. And nobody else is really here to have any input, so honestly, what I want's all that matters. Which spoon did I lick off of? I licked off of that spoon. I got two, so I would have a clean one. And I forgot which one was my clean one. Ugh, this hurts me a little bit, just going in here with these blobs and not making it pretty, but I'm out of time. And I had some things I wanted to get done around the house. I wanted to make it look a little nicer than it does, and it doesn't. So And all this stuff, I know I put it on myself, but I just want things to be nice. That'll be an extra one. Oh, sometimes when I'm making deviled eggs, I'll put a little hot sauce in there. Not for heat, but it does add a really nice deep flavor to it. So that's something that you can also add, is just a couple dashes of hot sauce. This is going to be so close. I'm going to have to really scrape the bowl to get all of these eggs filled. I know I could get some yolks out of the ones that I don't have, that I didn't use. I could absolutely do that, but I think I can make this work. That doesn't look half bad. I'm pleased with that. I totally licked my finger. I've been trying not to do that with you guys, but I did just now. I don't care. I'm beat. I'm tired. I'm not even hungry. I've cooked all this food. I don't want any of it. I do want an egg because I freaking adore deviled eggs. I keep trying to get my aunts to let us have a deviled egg cook-off. Not because I think mine are the best, but I just really think that our family would do really well in like a deviled egg eating contest. I feel like that our family would be superior in that. I know my cousins would back me up on that. So give me a few minutes to have a little nervous breakdown and get this kitchen cleaned up, and I'll show you what everything looks like when we get it all set out. So we just got the lasagnas out of the oven and they look delicious. My brother's here and he brought us salad. I'm not even going to take them out of that because I'm dead to the world at this point. We have other dressings. Y'all know I got ranch dressing if we need it. And the deviled eggs, they turned out fine. Here's our cake. I've got our strawberry compote to go on top of it there. So it's not as perfect as I would want it, but it's real life. So that's what we're doing for Mother's Day. But Mom has abandoned us and we're just waiting for her and Dad to get home so that we can eat and give her presents. Y'all, thanks so much for hanging out in the kitchen with me today. It was a long day of cooking, but we had a great meal, and Mom enjoyed the food. She actually helped clean up. I tried to clean as I went, and then, bless her, she came here at the end because I was dead. But the cake turned out great as it was. We've got leftovers over here. You can't see those. We got plenty of leftovers, which is great. And we just had a great day. I'm gonna kind of relax for the rest of the evening, and I'll be back soon. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you like this video, leave us a heart emoji and make sure to like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. Have a great night.